coming to Amar Prem, what was it so special about this film?
I first read that novel. This is not a very big novel. It is a long story, you can say. Then somebody told me that picture was made 2-3 years before in Bengali. I saw that Bengali version and I liked it. And I thought it is a different type of thing. Amar Prem. Amar Prem doesn't mean that everybody should meet. The separation, the last portion of that film, that story was so beautiful. And I said, yes, let me make it. So we tried. And fortunately, you know, when I narrated the story to Rajesh Khanna, Sharmila, of course, she didn't get up from my office, that I will do this role. I said, okay, Baba. Then I told Rajesh Khanna. Rajesh Khanna heard the story. Well, okay, I will definitely work. I said, Kaka, you don't have any dates. He said, how many dates you want? I said, I want every day where Sharmila is working. But I can do one thing. You are shooting only up to 6:30. After 6:30, you are not shooting. So I'll take all your dates from 6:30 onwards. So he agreed gladly. And I used to keep shifts from 2 o'clock. So Sharmila used to work. And then Kaka used to join. And we finished the film in 6 months.
But it seems that a lot of your shooting was done in Calcutta, was it true?
No, except one day shooting I did in Calcutta, but everything was built here in the studio. Calcutta was brought here.
The atmosphere, you know.
All the atmosphere, yeah. And there is one more place here, you know, in suburbs, there is one, Nala Supara. At that time, Nala Supara was not this Nala Supara, it is a beautiful place. And the background of Nala Supara matched with Bengal very much. And what were like the ponds with lilies, lotus, then those nariyal ke ped and those kele ke jhad, all those things. So they were so beautiful, they're typical of that. So fortunately.
At one stage, Shakti, a lot of your impressions were Bengal, and one could see a lot of Bengal, you know, in your films.
And it's just by chance. I was born in Bengal, but I was educated in UP only. But you know, in the initial days when there were no institutes or anything, I used to see the films of New Theatres and Bombay Talkies. These were two favorite film companies of mine. So whatever I've learned by seeing the films of New Theatres and Bombay Talkies. Bombay Talkies is the romance part, and they are the emotion part. So naturally that impression still persists on me.
Now I would like to talk about Aradhana, the film that made history and of course a superstar. A little impression about Rajesh Khanna before and after the film, Shakti. There was any changes in him as an actor?
You see, the casting of Aradhana, I'll tell you about this story. I heard that story from Sachin Bhaumik somewhere in 1960. But then at that time I was thinking, who can do this role? So that I didn't take it. Even I'm told Rishida also heard the subject. He also felt that perhaps in Bombay he could not find any artist, so he also didn't. So after Evening in Paris, I still remembered that story. So I thought, when I remember the story for the last 6-7 years, why not think about it? So I called Sachin. I said, have you got that story or have you given it to anybody? He said, no. So we started working. And then I thought that the character must be such, he should not be a star. Because if he is a star, then he is falling in love with somebody. And after his death, he becomes son of that somebody, that lady. So if a definite hero, known hero or somebody is taken, maybe he will not give that impression to the public. Maybe somebody will hoot, "Arey, abhi tak to romance kar raha tha, usko beta bol raha hai," something like that. So, and Rajesh Khanna was our discovery, United Producers discovery. United Producers Filmfare, we had contests those days, so Rajesh Khanna was there. So I knew Rajesh Khanna very well, and I saw Nasir Hussein's film, black and white film, and I liked his performance very much. So I thought, I want a good actor, so here is a good actor. And I told Sharmila, would you like to do it? She was hesitant. कि मुझे बुढ़िया बनाएंगे. मैंने कहा doesn't matter, but it's a very beautiful role. बोला ठीक है करेंगे. So first day only I took her some old portion. So for 2 hours we had some bahas. She didn't agree to put on whitener and this and that. I said okay. She said my mother is so old and she hasn't got any grey hair. Why you are making me? I said okay, I'll shoot. So I did one scene. Next day I showed her, look, is there any difference between this Sharmila and you will play when you're young? Well, no. Now the person with whom you are in love, he will come as a son of yours. Don't you think you should look much older? You must have the mother image. She agreed, and then there was no problem.
And Rajesh Khanna, I mean, how was it working with him and molding him into that storyline of yours?
You see, the first portion of Rajesh Khanna was okay, there was nothing. But the second portion was very difficult, very to change. So I said, you must have seen a lot of Devanand films. He said, yes. Well, try to follow some of it and you will come out with a new character. And he did. And I'm sorry, "Tu roti kyun hai? Why are you rowing?" So that was a style of, you can say Devanand's style. And it clicked. Nobody knew this for the first time, I'm telling you.
But Shakti, you really made a superstar of him, and I don't think anybody has ever crossed that. I mean, how was it feeling with you when, such a tremendous...
He's like my younger brother, so, I always love my brothers. He's a very nice person. Of course, so many people say so many things. But if somebody becomes important, people have to discuss this way or that way. So he's discussed, fine.
And your discovery over the years, how did he mold, like say, your later films, Amar Prem, Patang?
He's very happy. He tells others that because of his films, I've become something which I am today. That's enough.
Shakti, another important thing is the music which I was talking about earlier. S.G. Burman has played a very major role in your films. Some of them are haunting melodies, but still. What kind of a rapport did you share with him?
You see, S.T. Burman's rapport with me, again, is a very lengthy thing. To cut it short, I'll say that he used to like me very much, he used to love me very much. And first music director to whom I went for getting playback was S.T. Burman. So he said, Shakti, your voice is okay, but तुम अभी तक वो नहीं है, trained नहीं है, इसलिए तुम कुछ और करो, कोरस वोरस में गाना है तो तुमको बुला लेगा. ठीक है दादा. So that was in 1947 or something like that. And he was in Bombay Talkies. I also used to go to Bombay Talkies very often. Almost right from the second picture, I was working in Bombay Talkies only with different people. And so we used to meet very often. He was also Bengali, I am also Bengali, so we used to talk. Dada was fond of pan, Beatles. So sometimes he used to, sometimes I used to give him a lift from Malad station up to Bombay Talkies, and he used to give me one pan. So like that, And all the time he was in his world of music only. He never used to talk anything else. He used to talk about that ustad, this music, that music, what is our folk tunes of Bengal, like that. He was all the time absolutely involved in it. And that's why you will find that practically even to the last day, he was very, very romantic music director. His songs are so beautiful. Even for the artist to work, because the breaks, the gaps, the sounds which he used to create is something out of the world.
Which was your favorite film, or favorite number that you created together with him?
Dada? Dada, I have worked 4 pictures only. But with Pancham, of course, when I started going to his house, then of course Pancham became a very good friend. And Pancham also was an assistant to Dada, father and son after all. So I used to go there and he used to compose songs. So Insan Jagut was the first film, then Naughty Boy, which unfortunately so many things happened, then Aradhana, and then Anurag. These are the four films Dada did for me. But Pancham did a lot of films, about 17, 18 films Pancham has worked with me.
Was there any kind of a comparison between the two fathers?
Both were genius.
And like a favorite film which has been a song that you hum today, even till today, of your favorite films?
Well, so many songs of Amar Prem I hum, so many songs of Aradhana I hum. Anything you can say. A good song you can never forget. Music is always haunting.
Shakti, another thing, I know that your association with Rajesh Khanna was a very strong bond. And I believe that you also, first time ever that you and Rajesh Khanna started a distribution company.
Yeah.
Shakti Raj Films was...
Shakti Raj Film Distributors.
Was it trend that was started by you, and how did it work?
No, you see, it was like this. He worked in a film, Anand. And for his remuneration, he got the territory of Bombay or Maharashtra, whatever you call. So he said, what should I do with this? Can't we open a distribution company? I said, okay. So we started. And fortunately, clicked. I mean, almost for 6 years, all the pictures which we purchased were hits. Hathi Mere Sathi, this one, and then so many others. Amanush and Anurag and all those pictures. But then the bad period started. When the pictures clicked, we were in the highest bracket of income tax. So everything went to the income tax. When we started losing, so everything which we had accumulated, that was all drained out. So actually, except that we have that name Shakti Raj Film Distributors, and we were distributors for quite some time, financially we were absolutely the same. We started from one and we went back to one only.
Shakti, looking at all your films, Anurag, Katti Patang and Aradhana, women did play a very important part. But then you did not keep these actresses as good actresses. You molded them like she was a blind girl, and Moshmi was a blind girl, Katti Patang, she plays a widow.
That's why I selected Moshmi, because I never wanted any Bombay heroine. Everybody knew they had eyes. So that's why I brought Moshmi, who was again a good artist. And I told Hemant Kumar, he was a good friend of mine. I told Hemanta, I would like to take Moshmi. Well, go and ask her. I don't know whether she will like to come to Bombay. And that's why I took her.
And the Katti Patang characterization, Shakti?
Katti Patang, the novel was very, very good. Gulshananda wrote it. I thought of taking Sharmila, but she was carrying those days. She said, I can't. Then with another artist with whom I had worked before was Asha Parekh. I thought everybody knows Asha Parekh as a glamour girl. Why not make her entirely different, give her entirely different? Audience always don't like the same type of things to be performed by the same artist again and again. So I told Asha, she immediately agreed. And I told her, we have got only one dress before the titles, in the dress of a bride. And after that, you become Bidhwa. And throughout, you have got only one sari. Of course, you can buy 2-3 saris of the same thing, but no other. There won't be a dream sequence also. So he said, I will love it. And she did it. And she got award again.
This way, out of curiosity, I want to know that how did you convince these girls? Was it in the strength of your talking, conviction, or the storyline that to do something out of the way?
You see, I think I was lucky to get that. Whatever I thought or I conceived, I got that. One thing, Madhubala never used to go out of Bombay for any shooting, outdoor shooting. Only within this vicinity of Bombay only. But I took her for the first time to Nagarjun Sagar, which is Andhra Pradesh, about 100 miles from Hyderabad. And she went alone with her sister, of course. And she plays a just working girl, Kuli, Mazdoor girl. And some shots I told her, Madhuji, you have to remove your chappal. And willingly she did it in that burning hot that was all a very rocky place. And she agreed.
Which again was a feat, because I remember people saying Madhubala never really took off her chappals ever.
Oh, she did. She used to cook for the whole unit there.
So there was some charm that was.
Well, anyway, our unit was just like a family unit.
Then came your some film with Amitabh Bachchan, Barsat.
That was Barsat Ki Ek Raat. When I was making Great Gambler with Amitabh Bachchan, I said, you have never worked in a Bengali movie and your wife is Bengali. So at least to show your sasural that you can also speak Bengali, do Bengali, he immediately agreed. And he did that. The Bengali version was a super duper hit. Hindi version was also a hit, but not to that extent.
Yes, can you show a little bit of your suspense, your this thing for
What?
thrillers, this film? Again, had the cop and those kind of.
Yeah, you see, I wanted to mix both of them, some emotion and something which was the present day's demand at that time. So perhaps that amalgamation was not that good. That's why Hindi people they didn't like it, but Bengali people, for them it was something very good, and they liked it immensely.
Then Shakti, after making such beautiful films, why did you suddenly decide?
I could not balance myself. I used to make all hits, one after another, one after another. Then when I found that something is shaking somewhere, I somehow was losing confidence. Perhaps my selection of stories is no good. And that's why I was to compromise something. And most of the pictures I used to make in Bengali and Hindi. So I thought Bengali is my field now. So keep more for the Bengali audience so that they don't forget me. So that was what it is. I made a picture with this Bangladesh in coordination with them, a co-production sort of thing. And you'll be surprised that picture broke all the records in our country as well as Bangladesh. Of course, Mithun was there, some Hindi stars were there, but the heroines and a lot of artists were from Bangladesh only.
Which Hindi film would you say was your last directorial?
Only 2 years back I directed Gitanjali. That didn't do well.
Then Shakti, this phase of where the younger generation takes over, that's when Asim took over and choose present films.
Asim got married in the year 1979. So as a marriage gift, I gave him the first chance to direct one picture, Amne Samne, isn't it? Amne Samne tha na? Amne Samne. So from that time, Asim has been directing 4-5 pictures. I think he has directed 6 pictures up till now.
But it seems true that when they say that sons don't really follow, because he had his own idea of making films.
Well, he is more of the younger generations, what they want. And since it goes under the name of my production, so somewhere I hold him, not beyond this.
Now this is his latest film. What do you have to say about this film?
Ahankar is a good film. It's an emotional film. And those who have seen the picture, they have liked it. Now it's going to be released on 25th. I think by the grace of God, audience will also like it.